All right, well, I'm Julie. I'm here with Matt from VPI, Matt Weisfeld. Great to see you.
Great to see you too, Julie. Good to have you guys here joining us.
Yeah, fun stuff. And all kinds of statement gear here. And we'll talk about the fancy red VPI turntable with Hana Umami red cartridge.
That's right. So what we have here is we've got, for the source-wise, that's right, our Fat Boy. We had kicked around having a Thin Boy, but it actually never happened. And I'm half kidding, but that was actually real from a tuning standpoint. Exactly. So at the front end of this, we have our Hana Umami red for our cartridge, mounted on our Fat Boy tone arm with Fat Boy VTA base as well, on our VPI Avenger statement. Now, it's a statement because, again, it's the latest and greatest of our direct drive technology. It features having the ability to mount up to 3 tone arms, any length, any model. It doesn't even have to be a VPI. I mean, I'm partial to my VPI tone arms, but hey, you have a triplanar, a Graham Phantom, even a linear tracking arm, which supposedly somebody accomplished. I don't know how they did it, but why not?
So the bases are,
yes, that was a custom thing. But still, all these things here, it's leveling where you can raise and lower it. This one specifically for the Avenger statement has a built-in power supply, but also bring it to a Vanquish level of having the outside power supply to, again, make it even quieter. Although at this point, you're practically splitting hairs anyway. Then showcasing our Vanquish stand, which is a module design. And you'll notice that we have our digital, our render streamer, and everything else in there. So that way, when we're not spinning vinyl, throw on some digital and we're good to go. And with the Vanquish stand, it's made with different layers, acrylic, aluminum, acrylic. Then we have our Delrin corners. It's made to be easy to put together, easy to take apart, and also customizable where you have the different heights, having a longer, medium, and then small for the different types of gear that you might have.
Yeah, and this is, tell me about the direct drive technology for this one. That's special
absolutely.
for this product. So you do belt drives as well.
Yes, so the 3 types we do have belt drive, we do have rim drive, and then of course we have direct drive. And I'll tell you, with the big secret weapon has actually been my brother-in-law. I wish he was here right now for this. I married really well. My wife's an accountant and my brother-in-law is an engineer. And we've had world-class engineers and he's learned from all of them. What's cool about our direct drive is the coating is as efficient as can be. The design work on the inside has all been clean and efficient. And in the stators, where most direct drives are vertical, ours are triangular. Now, it might seem like a small thing with that, but that means when it's going around with it, it's never has a dead spot with the reader when it's going around. So and if I had like a whiteboard, I'd draw this out there. And so that way when it's going around, there's no dead spot. It stays locked in. And then with the software and the coding that's involved with it, it's also self-correcting. So, and I dare everyone in here, if you see any turntables out there, I dare you to go up to it and touch the bladder. And if it can't hold the speed, it just doesn't work. They're going to throw you out, but I'll buy you dinner. So like right now while we're playing, and I'll do it, I could touch the platter and still it's going to self-correct and hold the speed. Now, if I grab it with 2 hands, then I may have an issue. I mean,
if you muscle it.
I do karate.
You don't want to muscle it. But to your point, but that speed stability is part of the...
Exactly.
And that's being monitored digitally inside?
Yes, internally with the coding and everything with it. It makes it happen without getting too wildly technical with all the stuff.
Right. Not
exactly.
There, but, And then go ahead. I was going to ask about the...
the periphery ring.
Yeah, the periphery ring.
Now, the periphery ring, and actually it's not technically engaged at the moment. It would be engaged if it was on top of the record. So with the periphery ring, and I always recommend this for if you have a high valued cartridge, if you've got you're protecting your investment. Because if your records are warped, and without throwing it in microwaves and things like that, which is totally fine if you know what you're doing, I guess. But with the periphery ring, you have the center weight, then you have the ring clamp, which goes right on the outside. In fact, really quick, let's do a nice little demonstration to have the visual. Julie, if you'd be so kind as to be my assistant, holding that for 1 second. So now I'm going to take the periphery ring and take it off, and it's machined just right so it can just fit right on the edge with no issue. And guys, I mean, you're paying for what you're losing with all of this from that precision, keeping it to have the right weight, non-magnetized and everything. And if you just put it right back there, thank you, Julie.
On top.
And then I'm going to take the periphery ring. I'm just going to drop it right on the surface there. Get it right there. And then I'm going to take the weight. And now, guys, we have made this record totally flat. Let me hit the button here.
Yeah, we got
and I'm going to take my brush.
45 push button,
and we are good to go, at least on the analog side. And again, digital-wise, we've got our render. And then speaking of statements, over here, we've got our VAC, statement, line stage, phono stage, and statement monoblocks. Guys, I was all excited because I couldn't remember the name of all this stuff till I realized it's all statements. So we are in a statement room with our VRC Acora speakers at the end of the chain with this beautiful finish. We use this in black. Clearly, they sound totally different. I don't know, I'm just messing around now. But man, you take a material like granite, totally inert, totally dead, and I feel like that gives the designers so much flexibility with what they can play with and work with because there's no vibrations happening over here. And then tied together through and through with Cardis cabling. And I'm sorry, Julie, I kind of ran away with that.
No, you're good. No, all good. And yeah, one other question. Can you talk a little about the isolation of the motor?
Absolutely.
And but more about
so
inside?
Internally over here, everything is isolated on the bottom end with it, with a machined bearing that goes on the top of it. So it's spinning the bearing, which makes it all happen with that. And then the feet in general, these are isolated with our Avenger reference feet, which have a combination of machined aluminum, a isolation material that we used in pretty much all of our tables at this point. And it's decoupled. So if I lift this off really quick, you can see that it's all separate.
Right,
and then it comes together and sits with that, so it's completely isolated while still being able to adjust the height as you go along with that.
Yeah, and it looks like kind of a sandwich construction throughout that sort of
we like the idea when we've done the material science measurements where when you have, in this case, it's machined aluminum, acrylic, aluminum, and then combined together. And then we use different like types of silicons and everything in between, all to just
seal.
Yes. Yeah, so we have that, and then between the feet and then stainless steel corner posts, which then the arm would mount right to the corner post, as we've done here, and then again giving the ability to mount, in this case, a gimbal arm, but it could be a unipivot, and it could be any brand, any length, 9, 10, 12.
Yeah, flexible.
Longest one we've done so far is 14 inches, and it sounded great.
All right, great stuff. Thank you. Yeah.
No problem. So, well, thanks for coming by, and let's give it a listen.